Many of you watching this video might already know how AI-powered tools are transforming the way we extract and process information. But today, we are diving into something really excited, that is structured data extraction. So we are going to use Numind NuExtract model, which is available in Hugging Face. It is an open source model. It is an open source large language model specifically designed to make structured extraction from unstructured text in a more efficient way. So whether you are working on complex documents like contracts, academic legal documents or academic papers or any other type of text-heavy content, this model can pull out the data you need in organized or structured format. So now in this video, I will walk you through how NuExtract works and how you can implement it for your own use cases. So this model was basically trained upon Microsoft 5 for this specific use case. So now like when working with traditional tools, structured data extraction can often be a pain. It is either too rigid or not accurate enough, or it just takes too much of manual intervention. I've experimented with different approaches, but most solutions feel either too limited or not flexible enough when dealing with complex documents. A NuExtract is open source, it's highly flexible, and specifically optimized for structured extraction tasks. And since it uses the power of LLMs, it doesn't just stop at keyword matching. It understands the context, which makes a huge difference when you are dealing with a nuanced or messy text. In fact, I recently came across a real-world use case where developers are using NuExtract to streamline data extraction for invoices and HR documents. And after experimenting it with myself, I realized how powerful and easy to use it. So in this video, I will share how we can deploy NuExtract in AWS SageMaker and get inference from it, and also test it with using a Postman. So let's quickly talk about NuExtract version 1.5 by Numind. It's a powerful open source AI model designed for structured information extraction. So here is the model card. So the key things you need to know about this model is a multi-language support. It works not just in English but also in French, Spanish, German and Portuguese, as well as Italian. It handles long documents. So by using NuExtract version 1.5, you can easily extract long documents even with up to 20,000 tokens, but you should deploy it in your own reference endpoint. So then only it will allow. The model, what they have given for a demo purpose, it doesn't take that much tokens. So if it's 20,000 tokens, you can input large reports or research papers. This is a pure extraction. So the model doesn't make things up. It only pulls information directly from the input text, which makes it super reliable. And also one more thing is that we can customize the JSON templates. So you can tell the model what to extract by using a simple JSON template. For example, if you're working on an invoice, your template can be specify the fields like name, date, amount, etc. This is optimized for accuracy. For the best performance, set the temperature to 0 so that it will extract only the required data. So this is mainly for focus on precise extraction. There is also NuExtract tiny version for lightweight task. So but today we are going to use version 1.5, which has more power and flexibility. You can even try the model for yourself using a playground demo on Hugging Face. You can experiment with it. So just select any of these and then so they given different templates with the JSON template and the text. Let us test the first one. Okay, so this is the text. So this is the model template how we are going to specify. So it will extract based upon the text what the parameters needed, like based upon the model template. So let us click submit. Anyway, it's going to give this same kind of output. Let us see. So this is just a demo which is given in the Hugging Face itself, but we are going to deploy this model in Hugging Face Amazon SageMaker and then get inference from it. Let us see how we can do that. So let's quickly talk about NuExtract version 1.5 by Numind. It's a powerful open source AI model designed for structured information extraction. So here is the model card. So the key things you need to know about this model is a multi-language support. It works not just in English but also in French, Spanish, German and Portuguese, as well as Italian. It handles long documents. So by using NuExtract version 1.5, you can easily extract long documents even with up to 20,000 tokens, but you should deploy it in your own reference endpoint. So then only it will allow the model what they have given for a demo purpose. It doesn't take that much tokens. So if it's 20,000 tokens, you can input large reports or research papers. This is a pure abstraction. So the model doesn't make things up. It only pulls information directly from the input text, which makes it super reliable. And also one more thing is that we can customize the JSON templates. So you can tell the model what to extract by using a simple JSON template. For example, if you're working on an invoice, your template can be specify the fields like name, date, amount, etc. This is optimized for accuracy. For the best performance, set the temperature to 0 so that it will extract only the required data. So this is mainly for focus on precise extraction. There is also NuExtract tiny version for lightweight task. So, but today we are going to use version 1.5, which has more power and flexibility. You can even try the model for yourself using a playground demo on Hugging Face. You can experiment with it. So just select any of these, and then yeah. So they given different templates with the JSON template and the text. Let us test the first one. Okay. So this is the text. So this is the model template how we are going to specify. So it will extract based upon the text what the parameters needed, like based upon the model template. So let us click submit. Anyway, it's going to give this same kind of output. Let us see. Yeah. So this is just a demo which is given in the Hugging Face itself. But we are going to deploy this model in Hugging Face. Amazon SageMaker, and then get inference from it. Let us see how we can do that. So before we jump into deploying NuExtract model, let us quickly talk about AWS. AWS SageMaker is a fully managed service from Amazon Web Services that allows you to build, train, and deploy machine learning models at scale. So whether you are a beginner or experienced developer, SageMaker makes it easy to take a machine learning model like NuExtract and turn into working solution with as little effort as possible. So here we have some things that SageMaker is very good at it. That is managed infrastructure. You don't have to worry about setting up servers or ensuring the scalability. SageMaker handles all the heavy lifting for you. Easy model deployment. Whether you're working with Hugging Face, TensorFlow, or PyTorch, SageMaker provides a built-in support to deploy your model as real-time endpoints or batch job services. It's also cost efficiency. You only pay for the resources you use, which makes it great for anyone with budget constraints, but you should be very cautious about that one. So whether you are experimenting or developing or running a production workloads, it's good at that point. And also the main thing is the integration with Hugging Face models. So SageMaker has a direct integration with Hugging Face and makes deploying models from their hub directly. Like we will see it how we can deploy while deploying a NuExtract model. It is simple and seamless. So now let's move on how to navigate into AWS SageMaker from AWS console. So now if you open the console, log in. Since I already bookmarked it, you can go here and just type SageMaker. So just click on that one. It will open the SageMaker there. Yeah. So before we jump into deploying NuExtract model, let us quickly talk about AWS. AWS SageMaker is a fully managed service from Amazon Web Services that allows you to build, train, and deploy machine learning models at scale. So whether you are a beginner or experienced developer, SageMaker makes it easy to take a machine learning model like NuExtract and turn into working solution with as little effort as possible. So here we have some things that SageMaker is very good at it. That is managed infrastructure. You don't have to worry about setting up servers or ensuring the scalability. SageMaker handles all the heavy lifting for you. Easy model deployment. Whether you're working with Hugging Face, TensorFlow, or PyTorch, SageMaker provides a built-in support to deploy your model as real-time endpoints or batch job services. It's also cost efficiency. You only pay for the resources you use, which makes it great for anyone with budget constraints, but you should be very cautious about that one. So whether you are experimenting or developing or running a production workloads, it's good at that point. Also, the main thing is the integration with Hugging Face models. So SageMaker has a direct integration with Hugging Face and makes deploying models from their hub directly. Like we will see it how we can deploy while deploying a NuExtract model. It is simple and seamless. So now let's move on how to navigate into AWS SageMaker from AWS console. So now if you open the console, log in. Since I already bookmarked it, you can go here and just type SageMaker. So just click on that one. It will open the SageMaker blade. Yeah. So now we are in AWS SageMaker. So this is the left side is a SageMaker blade where we can navigate into different applications like Studio, Canvas, all this stuff. You can explore it. But now in this video, we are going to leverage SageMaker Studio. So first thing you need to do is create a SageMaker domain. So this will create a domain where it will create a user, and then it will give necessary permission to the user to access other services as well in order to do the development. But in this case, if you want, you can create a new domain. But already I created a one, so I will go to East one. So I have the domain already created for me. So this what we call as a default domain. Once we create the domain, you can go to Open Studio and you can start developing. But if you want to do like instead of AWS to create domain for you to quick start, you can start yourself like by giving a fine grained and necessary permissions. Just create domain and you can start creating it. So I already have the domain, so I will just go to the domain. Okay, so wait, Studio. Okay, Open Studio. Since we already created the domain, we are going to open the studio. Okay, accept. Skip the tour for now. You can take the tour. So now here we have we are in SageMaker Studio. So we have applications where it will be used to develop the flow, or you can develop using Jupyter Lab or Studio the code and then test it. These are the compute and what are the things you are going to use for preparing a machine learning model, pipelines, models, all those stuffs are there. So you can explore one by one. But today we are going to see or leverage Jupyter Lab. So I will click Jupyter Lab. So already I started. I tested previously. So there are two, which is created, and then now it is in stopped state. If you want to create one, just click on this create Jupyter Lab space, and then you can see the options how we can create. So in order to know more about this, I already created a video. You can check on that one. So now we are going to this Hugging Face Jupyter Lab. It's stopped. I'm going to run it. So it will take some time. Let us give some time, and I'll come back later. Yeah, so still it is starting. If you go to the actual specs, so I'm using ML G5X large, which is GPUs. So if you go to the specs here, so G5X large, these are the pricing. So please be aware of the pricing. As soon as you finish, you can stop the instance. So I'm using G5X large with 4 vCPUs having 16 GB of memory. So now this, like now, since we are using Jupyter Lab for developing the code, but if you want to actually create the inference endpoint for this particular model, we need to see the model size actually. Okay, so if you go to model code and then go to files and versions, here we have the size of the model, where there are two safe tensors. One is around 5 and other is around 3, so almost 8 GB. So if you use a G5X large, it comfortably sits into that GPU where we have 16 GB of memory. So that's one thing you need to know. And let us see how whether it started or not. Still it's starting. Let us give some more time and I will come back. Yeah, so now you can see it is fully started. So I go to Jupyter Lab and then open. Yeah, so this is 453 extract. Okay, so now let us develop the code in order to create inference endpoint and test it. So this is okay, so let us start from here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so now we have the development environment ready. So I just opened Jupyter Lab notebook and then I'm developing the code here. So first I have configuration data where I have AWS region and Hugging Face token. In, yeah, large language, any authentication. Okay. So now we are in AWS SageMaker. So this is left side is a SageMaker blade where we can navigate into different applications like Studio, Canvas, all this stuff. You can explore it. But now in this video, we are going to leverage SageMaker Studio. So first thing you need to do is create a SageMaker domain. So this will create a domain where it will create a user and then it will give necessary permission to the user to access other services as well in order to do the development. But in this case, if you want, you can create a new domain. But already I created a one, so I will go to East one. So I have the domain already created for me. So this what we call as a default domain. Once we create the domain, you can go to Open Studio and you can start developing. But if you want to do like instead of AWS to create domain for you to quick start, you can start yourself like by giving a fine grained and necessary permissions. Just create domain and you can start creating it. So I already have the domain, so I will just go to the domain. Okay, so wait, studio. Okay, open studio. Since we already created the domain, we are going to open the studio. Okay, accept. Skip the tour for now. You can take the tour. So now here we have we are in SageMaker Studio. So we have applications where it will be used to develop the flow, or you can develop using Jupyter Lab or Studio the code and then test it. These are the compute and what are the things you are going to use for preparing a machine learning model, pipelines, models, all those stuffs are there. So you can explore one by one. But today we are going to see or leverage Jupyter Lab. So I will click Jupyter Lab. So already I started. I tested previously. So there are two, which is created and then now it is in stopped state. If you want to create one, just click on this create Jupyter Lab space and then you can see the options how we can create. So in order to know more about this, I already created a video. You can check on that one. So now we are going to this Hugging Face Jupyter Lab. It's stopped. I'm going to run it. So it will take some time. Let us give some time and I'll come back later. Yeah, so still it is starting. If you go to the actual specs, so I'm using ML G5X large, which is GPUs. So if you go to the specs here, so G5X large, these are the pricing. So please be aware of the pricing. As soon as you finish, you can stop the instance. So I'm using G5X large with 4 vCPUs having 16 GB of memory. So now this, like now since we are using Jupyter for developing the code, but if you want to actually create the inference endpoint for this particular model, we need to see the model size actually. Okay, so if you go to model code and then go to files and versions, here we have the size of the model where there are two safe tensors. One is around 5 and other is around 3, so almost 8 GB. So if you use a G5X large, it comfortably sits into that GPU where we have 16 GB of memory. So that's one thing you need to know. And let us see how whether it started or still it's starting. Let us give some more time and I will come back. Yeah, so now you can see it is fully started. So I go to Jupyter Lab and then open. Yeah, so this is 453 okay. So now let us develop the code in order to create inference endpoint and test it. So this is okay, so let us start from here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so now we have the development environment ready. So I just opened a Jupyter Lab notebook and then I'm developing the code here. So first I have a configuration data where I have AWS region and a Hugging Face token. So this Hugging Face token especially we need when any authentication. Okay. Hi. So now we have the development environment ready. So this is a Jupyter Lab notebook where I have a configuration data which is in the form of a JSON where I have the environment like element variable stored here. It contains AWS default region Hugging Face token. So this is necessary in case if you need any authentication from Hugging Face side. So let us run one by one. Okay, we have default region Hugging Face token. So I'm just passing those things here, and this is the actual code what we require in order to run the inference endpoint. Okay, so let us first run this, so it will take some time. I will explain in the meantime. Okay, so it is already started creating inference endpoint in SageMaker. So these are just library imports, and now we are using SageMaker role as a role. If you see, like we already have a domain here. If you go to SageMaker Studio, okay. So this domain consists of all the required and necessary user profiles in order to access, and then the app configurations. Everything was done already. If you use the domain which we already created using create domain button. So now if we go here, yeah, so that is from there it will get the IAM role as well as this is the main role which we need for SageMaker execution. Yeah, so we're importing required libraries, and then we need a role. This is the role which is used to execute on SageMaker from this Jupyter Lab notebook on the dev environment, and the role is SageMaker execution role. This is the role necessary with as necessary permission to execute. So if you go to the domains, we already shown like it is created. Let me see. Yeah, default execution role, SageMaker execution role. Okay, and then this is the hub. Like we are defining which Hugging Face model we are going to use. So if we go to the model card, this is the model actually. Just copy it and you can get the model card. This is NuExtract version 1.5. And number of GPUs, so we are going to use only one GPU, and then so Hugging Face model, so we are getting the image from Hugging Face, and then environment from this here, and then role we already declared role here. Okay, so now predicted the Hugging Face model deploy, we are going to having instance count of 1. Instance type is MLG5X large. So this is the one we need. Since we have 16 GB, this is enough to have 8 GB large language model, and this is a timeout checker for 300 milliseconds. Okay, so now let's go to SageMaker and see the inference endpoints. It should be starting. Yeah, so it is creating the inference endpoint. It will take some time to create inference endpoint, so let us wait until that time and then I will come back. Hi, so now we have the development environment ready. So this is a Jupyter Lab notebook where I have a configuration data which is in the form of a JSON where I have the environment like element variable stored here. It contains AWS default region Hugging Face token. So this is necessary in case if you need any authentication from Hugging Face side. So let us run one by one. Okay, we have default region Hugging Face token. So I'm just passing those things here, and this is the actual code what we require in order to run the inference endpoint. Okay, so let us first run this, so it will take some time. I will explain in the meantime. Okay, so it is already started creating inference endpoint SageMaker. So these are just library imports, and now we are using SageMaker role as a role. If you see, like we already have a domain here. If you go to SageMaker Studio, okay. So this domain consists of all the required and necessary user profiles in order to access, and then the app configurations. Everything was done already. If you use the domain which we already created using create domain button. So now if we go here, yeah, so that is From there it will get the IAM role as well as this is the main role which we need for SageMaker execution. Yeah, so we're importing libraries, and then we need a role. This is the role which is used to execute on SageMaker from this Jupyter Lab notebook or the dev environment, and the role is SageMaker execution role. This is the role necessary with as necessary permission to execute. So if you go to the domains, we already shown like how it is created. Let me see. Yeah, default execution role, SageMaker execution role. Okay, and then this is the hub. Like we are defining which Hugging Face model we are going to use. So if we go to the model card, this is the model actually. Just copy it and you can get the model card. This is NuExtract version 1.5, and number of GPUs. So we are going to use only one GPU. And then so Hugging Face model, so we are getting the image from Hugging Face, and then environment from this here, and then role we already declared role here. Okay, so now predicted the Hugging Face model to deploy, we are going to having instance count of 1. Instance type is MLG5X large. So this is the one we need. Since we have 16 GB, this is enough to have 8 GB large language model. And this is a timeout checkup for 300 milliseconds. Okay, so now let's go to SageMaker and see the inference endpoints. It should be starting. Yeah, so it is creating the inference endpoint. It will take some time to create inference endpoint, so let us wait until that time and then I will come back. Yeah, so now we have the inference endpoint ready. So it's already in service. So it took some time, almost 5 to 7 minutes. Okay, so this is the inference endpoint. Let us copy this. Okay, so here we need the endpoint name, so that is only for HTTP request. Okay, we go to the endpoint name. This is the endpoint name we want. Just copy this, have it here. So this is the code how we invoke inference endpoint by passing a text and then giving the template in the format how we need, or how we need to extract the information from the given text. So this is a small function where we send the payload and then prompt plus the parameters if necessary, and then we are invoking the endpoint, getting the inference from there. Okay, so let us run this one. Yeah, so after patient discussion, it the endpoint and we get the inference. Okay, so initial observation, symptoms, temperature, sore throat. Okay, so I just took the same example what we have already in the inference examples here. If we go to inference, yeah, so this one I took this one. So we got the output. Let us try with this and change the model code, sorry, template code as well. Okay, yeah, so the template we need to change according to the requirement. Let us go here and then get this, grab this template from here. Okay, hopefully this will work. Okay, let us try this. Okay, so we have issue in the template. Okay, this is correct. Yeah, I found the issue, like we have some, like previously we given the template wrongly, so we couldn't able to get the inference correctly. So I changed the template, and now if you see, we get the output as requested. So we gave the text. The text is about NuExtract 1.5. I just grabbed from here this one, and the template given what is model name, number of parameters, number of token. So it correctly get the inference, like it passed on, and then we extracted the text based upon our template. So now the same thing we will try to test using Postman. Let us see how we can do that. Yeah, so now we have the inference endpoint ready. So it's already in service. So it took some time, almost 5 to 7 minutes. Okay, so this is the inference endpoint. Let us copy this. Okay, so here we need the endpoint name, so that is only for HTTP request. Okay, we go to the endpoint name. This is the endpoint name we want. Let's copy this, have it here. So this is the code how we invoke inference endpoint by passing a text and then giving the template in the format how we need, or how we need to extract the information from the given text. So this is a small function where we send the payload and then prompt plus the parameters if necessary. And then we are invoking the endpoint, getting the inference from there. Okay, so let us run this one. Yeah, so doctor patient discussion, it the endpoint and we get the inference. Okay, so initial observation, symptoms, temperature, sore throat. Okay, so I just took the same example what we have already in the inference examples here. If we go to inference, yeah, so this one I took this one. So we got the output. Let us try with this and change the model code, sorry, template code as well. Okay, so the template we need to change according to the requirement. Let us go here and then grab this template from here. Okay, hopefully this will work. Okay, let us try this. Okay, so we have issue in the template. Okay, this is correct. Yeah, I found the issue, like we have some, like previously we given the template wrongly, so we couldn't able to the inference correctly. So I changed the template, and now if you see, we get the output as requested. So we gave the text text is about NuExtract v1.5. I just grabbed from here this one, and the template given what is model name, number of parameters, number of token. So it correctly get the inference, like it passed on, and then we extracted the text based upon our template. So now the same thing we will try to test using Postman. Let us see how we can do that. Yeah, so now we are going to get the inference test inference endpoint using Postman. So let us go to post method, and this is a text. This is a text I got from Wikipedia about a ballad of a play. So from this text we are going to extract name of the act, director, location, city, venue, all this stuff. Let us see how we can, let us see how will it extract the text, extract the information. So let us go to SageMaker and grab the endpoint. Okay, grab the URL. So this you can get it from the inference endpoints, the invocation URL, and let us send. So before that, in order to access inference endpoint from your developer machine to the SageMaker, in order to send the post request to the SageMaker inference endpoint, you need to have a proper authorization. So here I am using AWS signature as auth type. If you select here, you can see. But you need to create a new access key and secret key. No need to give any service name. If you want, you can give a SageMaker, and then yeah. So if you go to body and then let us send the, okay, now we are getting an error. What is it? Missing field input. Fail to JSON. So there is some issue in JSON. Let me figure out what's going on there, and then I will come back. So previously we messed up with the format, but now we need to give in a correct format to the inference endpoint, especially how the NuExtract expects. So then only we can able to get the output or the extracted data from the text. So these are the input, and in the inputs I give in this format input, and then the template, and then finally the text. Okay, so let us try with this one. Actually I got the output correctly. Let's try one more time. Yeah, so the required output is that output the funding. So instead of funding, how much the funding? 27 million. Investor, who is investor, and then KB investment. These are the investors, and then company name, ID5 activity. So these are this output is what we expected. This is the sample text and template. I grabbed it from the new text NuExtract model page itself. I will show you. Yeah, so this is the example I chose. Yeah, so this one. Yeah, so if you see, this is the template what we need, like what are the information to be extracted. So funding, new funding, investor, all the stuff. So this is the text given. So our inference endpoint behavior the same way as expected. We've given all these values. So hope you find value from this video. So you can further fine tune. So you can further Use this model to extract complex documents with template. I think you need to play around with this and then get the point where how you want to present the template and how much is the text size. And also if you go to the model card, let me show you. If you go to the model card, this is spaces. Okay, if you go to the model card, there is one more option where if the text size is more, or if you want to process more number of text, so they give a option called sliding window prompting. So this one, it will takes you can give the you can specify the maximum input size and maximum new tokens as well, and then split the documents. They gave the sample code. You can use this one and try, or you can find you can tweak to fit according to your use case. Yeah. And then one more important thing is that once you've done developing, you need to terminate the endpoint or delete the endpoint. So just run this code. So before that, I will show you. It is running now. You see the endpoint is in service. If you go inside the endpoint, you can see all the memory utilization. So we fired some queries, a post query, so that it gives the percentage of utilization here. Yeah. So all these things you can see here. Okay, so now if you go to the endpoint, it's in service. So make sure you delete the endpoint before like once you tested everything, you developed the code, you tested it, and then make sure you delete the endpoint. Otherwise you will incur the cost. We already saw the cost. It's almost $1 per hour. So make sure you delete the endpoint. Okay, so as soon as we did, now if you go and check if there are endpoints, there are no current resources. So it's deleting the endpoint. It's started deleting the endpoint now. Yeah, so this is what I want to share you with today. Hope you like this video. Please subscribe. Thank you.